everybody, it's your boy, Jmulls, here today with what Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker means to me. I cannot do this game, or my thoughts on it, justice with just this segment. But to say this game really expanded my scope on what video game stories can be, would be a gross understatement. It's one thing to experience a phenomenal game and story and to set it down. It's another to be able to experience it simultaneously with people around the world and have a genuine community form around your collective love for this game, its world, its characters, and its message. One of my favorite moments that I've experienced in my last few years of making videos comes from the Final Fantasy XIV community. I like to theorycraft, which means theorizing about future story developments and the like, right? And I made a prediction for what would happen in Endwalker pertaining to one of my favorite characters, Xenos. When I say that I completely predicted pretty much everything, I mean almost word for word, bar for bar. The only thing I got wrong was the setting where it would all take place. Instead of the edge of the universe, I thought it would take place at like the center of the planet. You know, a 2-mile difference, if that. But seeing people come together afterwards in my comments to talk about that part in particular, and a collective love for the story that was being told, that feeling is borderline difficult to put into words. Also, seeing comments on my videos about how I called it was great for my own ego, trust me. It's moments like that which remind me of the power of the media, beyond just games. They can act as a societal glue that brings people who may have never had interacted before together and binds them in a common interest, a common love for a game, a community, or a story. And it's honestly pretty special. And it led me to create one of my favorite series on the channel, which I call Why I Love Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker, where I focus in on certain characters or elements of Endwalker's story, and explain why they work within the plot. I've actually been working on a new entry. I'll put a little work in progress teaser at the end of this video for you all, but I've always felt that I had to make videos that I like, about concepts that I want to talk about. It's one of the things Final Fantasy XIV tries to teach the most when it really gets down to it. The passion to achieve your dreams and aspirations has to come from within, because sometimes it will seem like the entire world is against you. You have to be willing to be the last person to believe in yourself, because if I don't believe in me, why should anyone else? That's kind of been my guiding motivator. Maybe I put a lot of work and effort into a video and it doesn't do all that well. I can't dwell on it. I made that video because I like that video, and I'm proud of what I've made. I can get knocked down over and over and over again, but I love what I do. It's the thing that I enjoy the most. And if I have learned anything over the years, it's that success is never judged on if you have fallen or not, but how many times that you are willing to pick yourself back up and take another step forward. It may only be a step at a time. Maybe you can find your stride, nothing's gonna slow me down. And sometimes it's hard to take that next step forward, right? And you may not even see a light at the end of the tunnel. Hell, you may fall back a ton and lose a bunch of progress, but you gotta believe that there is something at the end of the tunnel. And if there isn't a light, you gotta be willing to light your own candle so that others may have a light to guide them. And I really thought that Ultima Thule encapsulated this idea. The Scions sacrifice themselves over and over and over again until it's just you. It isn't about believing that they actually died. No, that was never the point of Ultima Thule. It was you, standing at the edge of the universe against the coalescence of an entire universe's despair, with only what the sacrifices of your closest allies were able to accomplish. You desperately recall the lessons of the characters that you met along your long journey, as you put one foot in front of the other and march ever onward to confront Meteion. When all else is gone, you have to be willing to believe in yourself, to put your own foot forward, to be willing to pick yourself back up and stare the odds that are stacked against you in the eyes and say, not today. You keep walking, because sometimes just walking is all that you can do. Believing in a better tomorrow, and believing in the choices that you made. May not always pan out, but you get back up all the same, and you take another step. Ultima Thule, the entirety of Anar's story, the Warrior of Light, and honestly Endwalker and Final Fantasy XIV as a whole, epitomize this principle. And because it's told through characters that we genuinely love to watch and interact with, in a world that we have been immersed in, through a story that is properly paced and well developed, its message resonates ever stronger. That's what makes Final Fantasy XIV so special. It's not just a compelling message, one that many people have needed to hear, myself included. It's conveyed to the player in a compelling way, because they take the time to develop these characters. They take the time to put all the pieces on the board and to convey their story how they want to. They understand how to keep the player engaged and to keep them coming back for more. And they know how to pay off all of that effort. I've gotten comments in the past that have absolutely touched my heart, and knowing that I can have a positive effect on someone else who I have never even met before, I think that means something, and it helps me to keep going, to take another step forward. Even if some days it may feel like Ultima Thule, you take another step forward. That is the lesson that Final Fantasy XIV taught me. That the road is long, perilous, and full of sorrow and pain, but we are who we are because of the hardships that we have endured. We are the collective result of all those individual moments and choices that we have made in the past. And that is what Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker means to me. It wasn't just an effective story, it was conveyed to the player in a way that made it resonate ever more. I am Jmulls, and there is nothing that will ever change that. That's what I've learned from these games, and that is why I love video games so much. That it's okay to fall, you just gotta be willing to pick yourself back up. And I hope you all enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a comment down below with what Endwalker meant to you. Did it resonate with you strongly? Did it not? Let me know why. I would love to hear your thoughts and hear your opinions. Don't forget, we got the teaser for my next Final Fantasy XIV Why I Love Endwalker video coming up right after this. And while you're down there, please leave a like and subscribe. It really helps the channel out and helps support future content, and I greatly appreciate it. Stay safe, everybody. Have a great day, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye, everybody.
Meteion, as though I gave you wings to soar the heavens, I did not teach you how to walk the earth. So loath was I to bind another living being. In the course of your long journey, you will learn from those you meet. Learn to walk and run and so much more. And when you return, older and wiser, we will have a celebration to mark your homecoming and coming of age both.
Will there be apples? Covered in syrup?
And how are you supposed to eat them? Rather than food, perhaps a flower. Yes. Upon your return, I will gift you a beautiful flower.